Welcome to episode. Trying to get all the bullshit out of the background. I'm not using the green screen this week. Sorry, I just cut myself off because I noticed something in the background. But welcome to episode 69 on this glorious Victory Monday as the Eagles are headed back to the Super Bowl for the third time in 8 seasons. For the third time, actually. No, yeah, 8 seasons. That's insane. The Eagles are headed back to the Super Bowl for the second time in 3 seasons with a rematch against the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll talk about that later in the week. I'll do an episode talking about just the NFL season as a whole. Probably go over my NFL power rankings as a whole. Next week, we will talk about the Super Bowl for sure. This episode is going to be a little short episode, just talking about the Conference Championship Sunday. Championship Sunday. We're going to talk about all the results. Sorry about my hair being messy. I just noticed it. But yeah, we're going to sit here and talk about the results from Sunday. Also, if you look in the background to the right, I guess it's, to the right if you're watching this, I believe. To the right on your phone. That's a collection of all the sports. And there's more upstairs, but that's a collection of all the souvenir cups that I've gotten at sporting events. It's insane. It's a huge collection. But without further ado, let's get in to breaking down these two games. I did not see all of the Chiefs game. I will say that. We'll start off with that one. I did not see all of it. I saw the endings, like the last quarter or so, quarter and a half, because we were on our way home from the Eagles game. Sorry, I do not have a voice. I have had a little congestion, but I think everyone's dealing with that right now. And yesterday, I took my voice away a little bit, so dealing with that. Feeling good though. Feeling a lot better than the last few days. I felt like shit the last few days, but I'm feeling good today. At least in terms of like health wise. My voice is just raspy right now. But let's talk about the AFC Championship game. It was a good game, really good game, as these games are between the Bills and Chiefs every time. They always come down to they're always classics that come down to the end, that come down to the last minute. Reviewing the stats, Josh Allen, 22 of 34, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns. James Cook, 13 carries, 85 yards, 2 touchdowns with an outstanding game. Former Eagle, Super Bowl 52 champion, Matt Collins, had 3 receptions, 73 yards, and a touchdown. You had Josh Allen, who ran for 39 yards, ran the ball 11 times. Khalil Shakir, 6 receptions, 46 yards. Nothing stands out for them receiving wise. Amari Cooper had like 4 catches, but what a disappointment Amari Cooper was for them once they traded for him. They need a true wide receiver one. Like, it's bad. Khalil Shakir is good as a wide receiver too. He's great as a wide receiver too. But they need themselves a wide receiver one. They need themselves a one-on-one guy, someone that can go out and win those one-on-one balls, that can take over a game, help out Josh Allen. And they need to help out their defense. Their defense, they don't have a lot of difference makers on defense. Looking at the Chiefs stats, the Patrick Mahomes was 18 for 26, 245 on a touchdown. Kareem Hunt, 17, who was picked up midseason, like picked up right off the street, like week 5 or whatever. 17 carries, 64 yards, 1 touchdown. Mahomes had 43 yards on 11 carries, 2 touchdowns. Xavier Worthy, 2 receptions for 16. Or 2 rushes for 16 yards. Pacheco, 5 rushes for 12 yards. And Xavier Worthy had himself a day receiving wise, with 6 receptions, 85 yards, and a touchdown. You have Hollywood Brown, who had 3 receptions for 335. Juju for 260. Travis Kelce was shut down on the day. He was shut down in the previous Bills game. Overall, a solid game from just about every player in this one. I think the big difference maker in this game is on third down. The Chiefs were 5 for 9. On third and fourth down combined, the Chiefs were 6 for 10. The Bills were 9 for 20 combined on third and fourth down. That's the difference right there. You look at most games, like I've started to look at that a lot recently. You look at most games, that's usually the difference maker right there. How well you play on third down. Time of possession was about equal. It was just another classic between these two teams. Both teams play well. Well, my dad's fishing stuff is back there. We got a lot of stuff going on. Sorry for the mess in the background. But yeah, both teams are just well-ran teams. The Bills just can't seem to get past the Chiefs. The messed up part for the Bills, the reasons the Chiefs got Patrick Mahomes. They had the 10th pick. Tyrod Taylor was the quarterback at the time. And they traded the 10th pick and gave the Chiefs Patrick Mahomes. Now they are 0-4 against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. They can't get over that hump. And I was talking with my dad before the Eagles game yesterday. The thing with the Chiefs always, no matter what, find a way to win. I think the big reason for that is when teams play them, they get it made up in their mind that they're going to lose. Like they're mentally defeated already before the game even happens. Like you can see it on the sideline sometimes. Like a team when they're playing the Chiefs, they have it in their mind when it gets down to crunch time, when it's those last 5 minutes or so, that fourth quarter, that something is going to go wrong. They're waiting for it to happen. When you go in with that mindset, you already lost the football game. You already lost the football game if you go in with that mindset that something's going to go wrong. Because then they have you mentally defeated. That's how they win how they won most of the year. They had the teams, for the most part, mentally defeated, and the teams would make mistakes, whether it would be missed field goals last second. Something goes wrong when it's already in your mind that it's going to go wrong. When you're mentally defeated, you might as well not even show up. Now, for what was a great day yesterday, the NFC Championship game that took place in South Philadelphia, Lincoln Financial Field, where the Eagles put up a 50-burger on the Commanders to head back to the Super Bowl to try to get revenge. That revenge will be talked about on a later episode. Eagles, Commanders was just a great game all around. It was an entertaining game, more entertaining like game-wise than the last two NFC title games at home. And they always turn into blowouts in Philly. Like all the NFC title games in Philly are usually blowouts. This was no different. It was close early on until that fumble right before half. That changed the game. And then I believe it was Eckler who fumbled. Or no, it may have been De'Ami Brown when it was 34-23. He fumbled, putting the game away. Because then the Eagles didn't look back from there. It just got ugly. On the day, Jaden Daniels is 29 of 48, 255, a touchdown, 1 interception. He was their leading rusher, which isn't good. 6 carries for 48 yards and a touchdown. Zach Ertz, former Eagle, had himself a day in the second ever NFC Championship game. His second ever NFC title game at the Link. He had himself a day. 11 receptions for 104 yards. No touchdowns, but that he just balled out. Terry McLaurin was held to 3 receptions, 51 yards. That's insane. Quinyon Mitchell stepped back up. Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. Not enough can be said about those two. They've been insane this year. Our old friend Olamide Zaccheaus 4 receptions for 26. Eckler, 5 receptions for 17. Dyami Brown, 3 receptions for 42. Our old friend Frankie Louvu with the trying to jump over the pile to try to stop the tush push. That was fun. That was funny. Not a former Eagle. I think he's a rookie this year. But that was funny when the ref said they have been warned. We can award touchdown. I don't think anyone's ever seen that in NFL history. I don't think that's ever been seen in NFL history. Like, I really don't think it's ever been seen. He literally said, we can award them a touchdown if we so please, basically. Because they were getting tired of the bullshit. On the Eagles side of things, everyone, it felt like, had a good day, had a solid day. Jalen Hurts, 20 of 28, 246 and a touchdown, 16 rushing yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. So, like, he had 262 total. Saquon, 15 rushes for 118, 3 rushing touchdowns. Will Shipley, 4 carries for 77 and a touchdown. Dallas Goedert, 2 carries for 13. Gainwell, 3 for 8. A.J. Brown, 6 receptions for 96 and a touchdown. Dallas Goedert, 7 for 85. Devontae, 4 for 45. Zach Bond, 8 tackles. Warren Burks, 5 tackles and a sack. Reed Blankenship, 6 tackles. Quinyon Mitchell got another interception. Zach Bond forced a few fumbles. It was just an outstanding game from the entire team. Will Shipley with the forced fumble. With the forced fumble on the kickoff right before halftime. Just a well-played game by an outstanding Eagles team. The Eagles are the most talented team in football. When healthy this year, the Eagles were 15-0. 15-0. They've only had 3 losses this year. Those 3 losses, the Falcons game, no A.J. Brown. The Buccaneers game, no A.J., Devontae, or Lane Johnson. And then the second Commanders game, no Jalen Hurts for most of the game. When we're healthy, when our offense is healthy, we have not lost a single game all year long. The Eagles are the best team in football. Chiefs are going to be a hard team to beat, but Eagles are the best team in football when healthy. It's not close. Then I got a bone to pick. With all the hate that Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni have gotten over the last year plus, it needs to stop. All they had done since they came into the league together, they both started. Nick Sirianni, first year head coach, was Jalen Hurts' first year ever starting. All they've done as a duo is win. Win, and win some more. First year, they made the playoffs. No Saquon Barkley that year, so I don't want to hear that they're Saquon Barkley merchants. Our wide receiver 2 that first year under Sirianni was Quez Watkins. Our running back, Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders was okay. He's nothing compared to Saquon, but he was okay. The defense was okay at best in those years. He made the playoffs. The following year, 2022, Jalen Hurts, runner-up for MVP in the regular season. Should have been MVP if he didn't get hurt against the Bears. You won 14 games. What happens? You go to the Super Bowl. You lose on a questionable flag at the end. and you don't get a chance to get the ball back. You ball out, you out. He arguably performed better than Patrick Mahomes in that Super Bowl. They played what they played well enough to go win that Super Bowl that day. Last year, I know the collapse happened. We all know the collapse happened. But you won 11 football games last year. And you made the playoffs again. And in that playoff game you lost, guess what? There's a common theme of our last few losses we've had. Our last 4 losses we've had, actually. There's a common theme. You're missing one of those key pieces on offense. Because in that loss last year in the playoffs, there was no A.J. Brown. We probably would have lost anyway. But there was no A.J. Brown. The Eagles, Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni need a lot more credit. And now this year, 14 wins. Undefeated when your offense is healthy. And you're going back to the Super Bowl for the second time in 4 seasons as a duo. 4 full seasons for Jalen Hurts as a starter, and he's in a second Super Bowl. There's only been 7 QBs to do that in their first 5 within their first 5 seasons. This is considered Jalen's 5th season. The list, I can pull that up for you real quick. Pulling it up right now. My statistician on my phone. My screenshot. So the other 7 guys to make the Super Bowl twice within their first 5 seasons: Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Big Ben, Kurt Warner, Troy Aikman, John Elway. That's a hell of a list. And now Jalen Hurts. Put some respect on Jalen Hurts' name. All Jalen Hurts does is win. He might not be the most talented guy, but he has that clutch gene in him. He refuses to lose. Jalen Hurts is a born winner. He won at Alabama, too. He made the national championship before. I think twice. Jalen Hurts is a winner. He refuses to lose. It's as simple as that. People need to start respecting Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni. All the hate they get is undeserved. Nick Sirianni, if they especially if they win the Super Bowl, is the most successful coach in Eagles history. In only 4 seasons, he will be known as the best coach in Eagles history. Jalen Hurts, best quarterback in Eagles history, especially if they win the Super Bowl. And people say he doesn't put up all these stats because he doesn't need to. When he has needed to, the Steelers game. Yesterday, he didn't really need to, but he had a good game. When he does need to ball out, he does. And he proves everyone wrong. Every time someone questions him in a week, he winds up proving most people wrong in that following game. Is he the most talented QB? No. But he's a winner. It's that simple. Okay. Mic drop. Rant over. Look forward to an episode coming out Thursday. Normal time. 5 a.m. it'll release so people can listen to it on their morning drive, or you can listen through it at some point in your day. Thank you for listening. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe on all of our platforms. That'll do it for this episode of Uncaged Sports Talk. Thank you for tuning in for episode 69.